So, Tim, are you ready to get this show on the road?
What show?
The show where I annoy you for about an hour and then post it on Saturday for the internet to then mock you for being annoyed for about an hour.
You wish. I'm the greatest person on the face of the planet. If anyone's annoying anyone, it's me annoying you.
Okay,
Roll
well,
that beautiful beef footage.
all right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we are going over a bunch of news that went down and two of our prediction cards from the past weekend. One show that we did not watch and one show that we were blown away by. You guess which one it is.
Survivor Series all the way.
You know it. Anyway, Tim, what do we have for news right away? Let's get into it.
Well, the first thing of news I have is your news. You told me about it. It's Pac, or formerly known as Neville, coming to Defiant Wrestling. So I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Okay, I was watching what was it? Five insane things happening in wrestling right now, and at the end of it, they had a advertisement for Defiant Wrestling, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see what's going on with their show, and it was Pac. He's coming. He's doing, I think it's about 5 or 6 shows, and for me, the thing that blew me away the most was the price for standing room. It was £75 for standing, 120 for a seat. I was like, oh, wow, they're not kidding around with the price on this one right now. Okay.
They clearly see him as a draw.
Yes, and he is.
Wow, Neville, a draw?
I know, it's crazy.
So that's cool. That's great to see that he's getting back into the independent scene beyond Dragon Gate, which I figured he would at some point, because Dragon Gate's not huge like some other places. But it was nice for him to return to the place that he made his name.
Right.
And he went back to the independent scene. So that's cool. So the next thing I have on news is a rumor.
Okay.
So we're going to briefly cover it, but Bray Wyatt has not been on TV since Matt Hardy and has announced his so-called retirement from the ring.
Correct.
And there's been rumors about what they're going to do with him. There was rumors about putting back the Wyatt family together, but then
it would be a cool thing to see that come back together.
Yeah, but with Rowan getting injured, kind of threw a loop into that.
Yep.
Apparently, Rowan, I cannot think of the other one.
Eric Rowan? Braun.
Eric Rowan, and who was his partner?
Luke?
The brothers.
Luke,
Luke Harper.
Yeah, Harper. I wanted to say Gallows, and I'm like, that's not right at all.
Yeah. Luke Harper is apparently injured because photos showed an air cast on his hand.
Oh.
There's a rumor that he may be getting, when he does return to TV, may be getting a strong singles push.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with that. But we haven't seen Bray in a while.
Yeah.
So apparently one of the rumors out there is Bray does better when he's in a faction.
Yes, he is.
Which is true. And the rumor is maybe pairing him with Sanity and being their leader.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah.
Especially if we have him take on more of a persona, still Bray Wyatt, but in a persona of and closely related to what Sanity does. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
And you could kind of say he's still having kind of spill off the dribble, but more in line with Sanity. But saying everything else, he's been in the past was insanity, but now he's clear, but he's still saying random crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
But that'd be interesting to see if they do that, because Sanity definitely could use a pickup.
Yeah, they
by
could
far.
use him more as the mouthpiece.
Yeah. I like Eric, what's his name, Young as the leader,
Right.
but at the same time, he hasn't done anything since they come up. So they need, if you're gonna get pushed for sanity, you need something fresh. And then you can eventually push to a feud where he pushes Bray out to reestablish himself as the leader.
Exactly.
But who knows? But that's a rumor. So moving on to that, Adam,
Yes.
we are now officially going to be wrong about no call-ups until WrestleMania.
I know. I know.
Because at Survivor Series, they had announced that Lars Sullivan is being called up to the main roster.
Any idea where he's going?
No, because on Raw, they aired the package, so people are thinking, okay, he's coming to Raw. And then on SmackDown, they aired the same package.
Okay.
So the news going on backstage is that he has no destination. There's no real plan of what brand he's going to and what he'll be doing, but there is a huge push in line for him when he comes in.
All right.
And there are some people in the back apparently who think it's too soon because he's still very green.
Yes, he is.
He is, but that doesn't stop people from getting over. Look at Braun Strowman. He was far more green when he got called up
That's true.
than Lars is. So I'm not okay. I'm fine with the whole him being green. It happens all the time. I think they should put him on SmackDown because there's too many big men on Raw right now. And they're already doing a better job of presenting him as a big star with these video packages versus him just showing up.
Yes.
Because as much as I love the person just showing up after like a big pay-per-view, it works best only on after WrestleMania because that's what people are known for. And after anything else, it just does not work except for like Royal Rumble when they pop up and then they show up the next night on one of the shows to confirm it's a call-up.
Right.
But those are the only two times it really works well without packages, personally. So this is a good way to start him up. But he may not be the only one who's getting a call-up soon.
Wait, who else is getting a call-up?
EC3 is apparently scheduled for a call-up. Actually, he was scheduled for a call-up after SummerSlam, but his concussion he got in a match with Dream led to that getting pushed off. But apparently he is still in line for a big push.
It makes sense.
They're waiting for the right moment and story to do it, though, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I'd like to see him kind of follow the same path as Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I think he needs to be either a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble, or we need video packages to get him over.
Royal Rumble.
I think Royal Rumble. If they don't want to do a video package, then do Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And that would be a better way to do it. But we'll see. All again, storyline, and the right moment.
Exactly.
But so we're gonna have some call-ups coming up soon. So it looks like.
Nice.
And we have to tackle this now. We can talk about it a little bit probably as part of the Survivor Series. Braun Strowman is out with an injury.
Yes, he is.
Bone spurs in his elbow.
That's gotta hurt.
Do you know how long he's been working with these bone spurs?
No idea. How long?
About a year.
Didn't they announce that a long time ago too? That he had bone spurs in his elbow?
Yeah. Like over the summer.
Huh.
So.
And
yeah, it was just.
And here we were complaining about a name redacted show where he lost. It was part of the plan.
Maybe it wasn't necessarily part of the plan, but they probably knew they had to know about the bone spurs, and they were probably realizing like, okay, he's needs surgery. He's willing to work the Survivor Series, and then go from there and have the surgery. So right now he is scheduled to face Baron Corbin at TLC. If he wins that match, he gets a Universal Championship shot at Royal Rumble.
Yes.
But that match is touch and go right now because of his injury.
I hope he gets back soon.
So who knows on that. But hopefully he will get healed, and we will still get the scheduled match because they are planning on having the Universal Championship match at Royal Rumble, apparently.
Okay.
So, but moving forward, let's talk about some Impact Wrestling. Fuck the Owl.
Fuck the Owl. Just gotta put it out there.
Yep. Their TV contract with Pop Network is coming up at the end of the year.
Okay.
But ironically, usually when a contract comes up, you mean you remove it from TV.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're going to be They will still be on the air, at least through the first quarter on Pop, even though the contract is up.
Huh.
I don't know. It's weird to me, or maybe it's just the first month. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's weird.
I've heard different things on that, but they are negotiating with other people to get a new deal.
Okay.
Pop is not one of them, ironically.
You'll probably see them show up on like some third-tier cable channel and just be like, oh, this is so sad to see you here.
Speaking of third-tier channels, Sci-Fi is one of them.
I never considered Sci-Fi a third tier. It was always a second tier.
To me, I always just thought Sci-Fi was not a tier at all. It was just one of those random channels that you could get good shows out of here and there, but it never really felt a tier to anything. It was like, you're your own thing.
You hang out over there, buddy.
You're hanging out there. We love you when you give us some good content, and when you give us crap like Sharknado, we mock.
What's wrong with Sharknado? Especially Sharknado 4. Sharknado in time. It was awesome.
So, but no, that Sci-Fi is one of the people they're talking with about coming into.
Okay.
WGN America, who aired the 0 Hour for All In, apparently they're talking to.
Okay.
And whatever the channel is that has the Impractical Joker show on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the channel's name.
Neither do I.
But apparently they're working with them, talking to them as part of a deal as well.
Okay.
So, only time will tell, but apparently they have options, which is good. I'm not surprised WGN America is one of them, because after the ratings they got for a 0 Hour,
yeah,
was some of the highest ratings they've ever gotten.
It is awesome to see that they were able to turn in numbers like that.
Though I would rather see WGN America take on a different promotion, which we'll get to in a few minutes.
Heck yeah.
But we're going to scrap the Austin Aries news.
Well, I'm truly sorry, Austin Aries. We didn't have time for you to fit you in this week. But maybe we'll fit you in next week.
Yes. And we're not doing a Jimmy Kimmel thing that he does to Matt Damon at all here.
No. Even though I totally want to. I want to make that a thing.
So next on the list is WrestleMania plans for Brock Lesnar have been leaked.
Oh, okay. What are we looking at? Once again, battling for the Universal title in the main event.
Possibly. We don't know.
Oh.
But the opponent, we do know.
Okay, who would that be?
That's Seth Rollins.
I can already see what their feud is about.
Yep.
Seth Rollins is the workhorse, trying to call out and say that he can outrun Brock Lesnar.
Yep. There's no word on if it's going to be for the Universal Championship, though.
Yeah, I mean, we have the possibility of the championship being defended at Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Which is a place where you could have Lesnar drop the belt.
Yep.
And then still give him a WrestleMania match.
See, here's the thing that Brock, I actually just watched this on Wrestle Talk before we recorded this, is he's given deets to WWE saying that when he will not work
Right.
because of for training for USC. He said he's not working TLC. He will work. He's willing to work Royal Rumble, but he will not work a show until WrestleMania. I'm sure they can convince him to come in for a Monday.
Yes.
Here and there to build those feuds for those two shows, but he won't be wrestling and doing much between there because he's going to be focused on his training.
Right.
Which, as much as I would love to see Seth Rollins get a Universal Championship shot at WrestleMania and win it, I don't want to wait until WrestleMania.
Neither do I.
To see Brock drop the belt.
Yeah, I want to see him drop it at Royal Rumble to Braun Strowman.
Yes.
And
which would then set up a Braun McIntyre feud for WrestleMania,
which would be awesome.
Take the belt. Because again, McIntyre is a big guy who Vince is high on because he loves big sweaty men.
Yes.
And the fans are behind him.
And the fans are behind Braun.
They're booing the shit out of him because he's a heel.
Exactly.
He's doing his job.
Right.
He actually gets natural heat, kind of like the Miz does. So you can have a heel who wins the championship at WrestleMania.
Yes.
So it cannot close the show if he's going to win the title, though.
I know.
That usually, every time they've had a heel win the belt at WrestleMania, it usually deflates the crowd. Though McIntyre is not going to be a heavy indie fan there, so it may be okay.
It might be. It might not be.
I would love to see close the show. Also, a possible rumor WrestleMania match, but there's another one. But The Miz winning the title from Daniel Bryan.
Okay. I'm calling the main event now at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey.
Yes. That should be the main event. Who knows if Vince will shut sour on that.
Stone Cold Becky Lynch versus the best there ever was and ever will be, Ronda Rousey.
But yeah, that should be the main event. I'm talking about men's main event specifically.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely think that should be the closing show.
But yeah, I agree that
tell,
Miz versus Daniel Bryan for the championship at WrestleMania would be a beautiful thing to see.
Oh yeah, especially they allow Miz to be who he is now, just with him as a babyface.
Exactly.
And they are playing around with it because he faced off against Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship after SmackDown went off the air. And he cut a huge babyface promo, apparently.
Oh, wow.
So they're definitely teasing that.
All right.
As long as they don't do the whole cut out how obnoxious he is, how he gets in people's faces. Just let him get in the faces of heels.
Yeah.
And you have a babyface.
Exactly. Anyway, you ready to get on to the next thing?
Let's move on to... Yes, the next thing, because we only have a few more things to cover here.
Okay.
We're going to go to, speaking of contracts.
Yes.
That we were just talking about. We have a few contracts coming up.
Ooh.
And one specifically is AJ Styles. And he does want to re-sign with WWE.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Oh yeah, big money.
Exactly.
Big talent there. But he wants what Randy Orton has. Where he'll wrestle on TV.
To be an asshole?
He does not have to do the house shows as much.
Ball sweat on your hands? I mean, he can do that.
And the reason is he wants to be home more with his family.
Makes sense.
Which I don't blame him after the career he's had and how much he had to be out on the road, especially after leaving TNA when he was over in Japan a lot.
Yeah.
His family, his kids are growing up. He wants to have time with them. He wants to be with them.
I don't blame him.
So and it's actually one of the reasons why apparently this new contract is the reason why he pushed to drop the belt to Daniel Bryan for it.
Because
as champion, he has to be at house shows now.
Ah, that makes sense.
So, but he is willing to use his other options outside of WWE as leverage to get the deal he wants.
Ooh.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
Because he can always go back to New Japan.
Very true.
And he could easily get a better deal with New Japan where he only has to. He's not on every tour. He comes in for the main pay-per-views, stuff like that.
The,
and he'd
the
be
tours
a big guy
for that
to have
pay-per-view.
when they came over. Yeah, but he'd also be a big name to have when they did shows over here in the U.S.
Exactly.
And that would be a big draw that he could use for them there. Personally, if he's going to leave WWE for another show, I would prefer him to go to the next set of rumors going out there we have.
Yes. Sorry.
So, we've talked about how we loved All In.
Yes, we did.
We loved it. We do want another show. And I've always thought, like, how successful that show is. Like, maybe Cody needs to, and the Young Bucks need to experiment with the idea of doing their own promotion.
Well, yeah, because it's like, what is Double or Nothing compared to the last show? Is it doing another show in a, double the size arena? Or are they saying the risk of putting on that show, they're now doubling the risk?
Yeah. And the rumor going around is that trademarks were filed.
Yes.
Multiple trademarks.
Oh, yeah.
Double or Nothing. There were a bunch of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but Double or Nothing. The one we need to really latch onto is AEW, or also known as All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
Which is linked to the billionaire who owns the Jaguars down here in Florida, in Jacksonville.
And the rumor is that there is a promotion being started in the Jacksonville area of Florida.
Yes, and called All EW, All AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and there is rumors that Cody, the Young Bucks, are all attached to be part of it. This would be that rumored wrestling organization we've heard that Jericho was starting with Jim Ross.
Yes.
With a mystery billionaire backer that was negotiating with Access Television that airs New Japan right now, who all denied this. Rumors going around is that Jim Ross and Jericho's role was elevated well beyond what it actually was going to be.
Yeah, they were tagged in originally as part of like the planning and all of that stuff. Like they were part of the company.
Yeah. The actual things that have been going around now is Jericho and Ross would be talent if the company got started.
Makes sense. I mean, most likely you're going to have Ross as your commentary guy, and you're going to have Jericho in ring.
You could, yeah, and I mean, Ross could also do talent relations.
Exactly.
He's done it before.
But I mean, also at his age, he might just be like, nah, I don't feel like really doing that anymore. I kind of just want to sit down.
Yes, but I mean, with a smaller promotion that AEW would be, it wouldn't be as much work off the bat.
Yes.
As you grow, it would be, and then that's when he could step down. He could be more like a starting role. And then he could train his replacement on how to do the job.
Right.
And then he could just transition to commentary. So this is great news. I hope it's true, because there is also rumors if the Young Bucks, and it was specifically said the Young Bucks, not Cody and anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But the Young Bucks decided to re-sign with New Japan and Ring of Honor or WWE or someone else, that this deal could be dead.
Well, I know it. Well, it makes sense because one, we have from the Elite, Cody, Hangman Page, Marty Scurll, Kenny, and Cody and the Young Bucks is that wherever one decides to go, they're all going. Which, I
Yes.
mean, this All Elite Wrestling would suddenly lose. I mean, Kenny Omega alone. Like, that's a
Yep.
huge fish right now. Cody, huge fish. Like, any one of those pieces, and you lose everyone. So,
One of the, one of the things is the funny thing is the Bucks are not able to negotiate though with all of Elite Wrestling because of their Ring of Honor contracts.
right.
Cody can because his contract is up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He's working with Ring of Honor to the end of the year. His last match is going to be, I think they have their pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's the, oh, we did it last year, and I forget the name of it. Something, Final Battle.
Yeah, it's coming up in December.
Yep.
It's going to be his last match with Ring of Honor.
And it's for the Ring of Honor Championship against Jay Lethal.
Yes. So he's a free agent. He's just working with Ring of Honor to fill out that show, get more for that, which is great. But he can negotiate if he wanted to with All Elite Wrestling. So
Exactly.
now here's the interesting news about All Elite Wrestling. The owner of the Jaguars, who's rumored to be involved, actually can't say rumor. We know because the trademark's address is the stadium the Jaguars
Exactly.
are out of in Jacksonville.
So
So he's involved.
So, yeah, in some way.
He's a billionaire. He has more money than Vince McMahon.
Exactly. He's the 251st most richest person in the world.
Yeah, it's rumored, saying, not rumored, it's apparently he has about $6 to $7 billion.
Jeez.
So yeah, he has more money than Vince that he can sink into this company if he wants to. When you look at now, here's the thing.
Okay.
I just want to make myself clear because we've had billionaires do this before,
Ted
and
Turner.
we got TNA.
What? Yeah. Well, we did have
But also here's
we
the-
did have WCW before that.
Oh yeah, but that was this mishandling funds nonstop.
And weird behind the scenes business decisions.
Yeah, which All Elite Wrestling would not have because I'm assuming if this went to actually worked out and the Young Bucks, Cody, and all of them came through and did that, they're going to be the ones who are running the company. They're going to be the ones making the decisions.
Well, also
Along with the
I just figured this out. It's going to be owned most likely by the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I really do forget his name right now. But it's somebody who also owns a football club in England. And if you look at it from an outside point of view, a pro wrestling organization is a sports team.
yeah.
You're going to sink more money into it than you're probably going to get out of it. But you're going to get all of your getting out of it is from ticket sales, TV sales, and merchandise. And who better to have as like your lead merchandise guys immediately than the Elite?
Yeah.
And I mean, and if he continues to look at it that way, they will not have the same problems as, say, WCW had, where their ownership, TNN or Turner Network, was not looking at them as a sports franchise.
No. So that's like a, and also when you put the mind of the Young Bucks on how to market wrestling merch with a guy who knows how to do everything for a sports team, including get the right people involved with merch because they're a national football team.
Marketing.
You want people buying that stuff.
You already have your own inside marketing team. So it's just like, hey guys, we have a new project.
Yeah, you work with the Young Bucks on this stuff, you're going to get your merch sold.
Yes.
Hands down. Okay, I want to wrap up the news part because we do have a lot to get covered.
Okay.
The last thing of this thing is there is rumors.
Rumors?
Wrestle Talk broke this yesterday.
Okay.
As an exclusive news. 2 top WWE stars have been in contact with All Elite Wrestling about coming over when their contracts are up if the organization works out. No names were announced.
Okay.
And the latest these people would show up would be late April.
Oh, who has contracts coming up? I mean, other than AJ, but it does look like AJ's going to stay and, ride out his retirement with the WWE.
It's possible. I mean, also AJ is huge friends with everyone in the Elite. So
exactly.
That could be one of the possibilities he's using as an opportunity.
Yep.
But other people, the club, their contracts are coming up.
Okay.
Shinsuke Nakamura's contract is coming up.
That's very true.
These are all coming up, apparently rumored to come up in January.
Oh.
So I don't think it's any of them that they're talking about, because if as late as April these guys could show up, is implying that there could be contracts or something to hold them up until then.
Yeah.
But every person who's talking about their contract, the club, Nakamura, and AJ's, that's not enough. They expire. Like, if they don't get a new deal, they can go anywhere they want the day after.
Okay.
So, so who knows? But it's interesting to see who these people could be.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for wanting to keep their name out of it.
Yeah, no. Especially if they're still trying to negotiate anything as well.
Yeah, because if it finds out, because if they're a big talent, they could be on TV regularly, and if it got out who they are, Vince could be like, "You're off."
Yeah.
To kill any push, momentum you had. Who knows?
Oh, that would just be mean. I mean, then again, it is Vince. Never mind. Mean is what he does.
But Vince does it all the time. If you don't sign a contract, renegotiate a contract, and you've been on TV a lot, he pulls you from TV like months before, so you don't have people kind of forget who you are.
Yeah.
So that's all the news I have.
That's all I've got.
All right, so let's jump into the card. Let's save the good show for last.
All right. So we're jumping right into Survivor Series then.
I said save the good card for last.
I'm sorry. I forgot that Survivor Series was the most amazing show ever because the greatest wrestler in the world was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
so do you just kind of want to skim along the matches then?
Yeah, we'll just skim around it. First thing first, I just want to make a note here.
Yes.
There were matches on this card I absolutely wanted to go and watch at some point, but because of how Survivor Series played out, I have no interest in going to see them.
Oh.
And not even because the match qualities were bad, it's because the overall plan was dumb.
Yes. Yes, it was.
So,
and also, SmackDown did get a win, so it was not a clean sweep by Raw.
it was on the pre-show. Pre-show does not count.
But the pre-show does count sometimes. What's going on here?
No.
All right. Also, Enzo Amore got kicked out of the show.
Yes. Apparently he did this stunt because he was trying to drum up buzz for his first concert the next night.
Yep.
Which about 80 people showed up in a venue of 500.
No, you've got the wrong number. I'm truly sorry. 35 paid tickets.
I heard a low number like that originally, but then I just saw someone else say, no, there's about 80 people that were there.
Oh, no. There were 80 people there. There were 35 tickets sold.
Oh, okay.
Which means that there were more free tickets than there were tickets sold.
And apparently at his concert, he said the reason why he got kicked out of the locker room because he's the only one who had balls enough to stand up to bullies.
Right.
He's the real deal. Like the only. And I actually saw a video of him talking about it. Like, and then someone in the fans like, "You are the man. You are the real deal." I'm just like, you guys are idiots.
Oh man, those Enzo fans out there, they are a rare breed.
You know what the funny thing is? He got tackled and yanked down by a woman security guard.
Oh yeah.
And I watched a video of him being pulled to the back by her. She was not getting him any, like, she was like, "No, we're going here." And he kept trying to go, like, no. Like, he's like, "I will drag you if I have to."
Yeah. Oh yeah, she dragged him down by, like, one hand. She just grabbed his arm and just yanked him down.
Yeah.
I was like,
a girl did get hurt.
Yes.
A part of it, was pulled to the back and given an ice pack apparently because it wasn't as bad as they thought, and we were able to return. That's sad. I'm putting that on Enzo for making the stunt.
Yeah, if he wasn't
Yes,
pulling the
security should
stunt,
be a little more.
nothing would have happened to that young lady.
Yeah, I mean, security should be a little bit more cautious of that. But if the stunt didn't happen, security would not have to react as fast as they did.
Right.
So that was on Enzo. And then at Raw the next night, they had photos of him for security.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, no,
banned.
he's banned from the Staples Center for life now.
Yeah, he's banned from all WWE events going forward too.
Yeah.
And they actually made a guy take off his mask because they had the same build as Enzo.
Oh wow.
Because they thought he might have been him. So yeah, Enzo, you're an idiot.
Oh yeah, he was not a smart guy.
No. Okay, let's dive into the show.
Okay, time for our predictions results. So Survivor Series, Tim, you beat me. You got 5 right. I only got 4 right. So now you're 2 ahead of me on the correct meter. All right. But let's.
By the way.
Yes.
By the way, I know we can see each other. No one else can. And I wish I had it with me because it's still in my car since I moved. But the champ is here.
All right.
But no. You know how when we were doing these predictions?
Yes.
How I started off with Raw predictions and you kept picking SmackDown?
Yes.
If I just kept that prediction going, I would have destroyed you.
I know you would have. Anyway, let's go ahead and start off with the Cruiserweight match, even though that didn't happen on the pre-show. Actually, you know what? Let's start off with the pre-show because I don't have the order of the show in front of me right now.
I don't either, so.
But it was the Raw versus SmackDown tag team match, where SmackDown won. I guess you told me earlier that Raw was supposed to completely win 7-0.
Yes, they were.
And there was a botch to the finish, and that's why SmackDown won.
Yeah, because apparently Vince wanted a clean sweep for the story, and the producer who did do the pre-show did not get communicated very well, so he picked SmackDown to get the victory, and because of that, they had to go with saying the pre-show didn't count to get that clean sweep.
But then there's other shows where the pre-show counts.
Oh, I know. So I do now have the
in
order of the show.
Okay. All right. What's next, Tim?
Quick note on the tag team match.
Yes.
It was apparently very slow, very monotonous in the beginning, but once the teams got eliminated, it picked up huge.
Okay.
It got a lot better, and some of the standout was Gabriel suplexing, I think, one of the Usos off the turnbuckle to the outside onto everybody else.
Oh, wow.
They said that Gable and Rude stood out in this match.
Good, good.
Big time. The Revival did a very good job taking the pinfall, only to do nothing on Raw, which is not surprised. But
Yeah, well, it's not the first time that they've done well on a pay-per-view and then immediately had nothing going on.
Oh, funny note here.
Yeah.
What was our nickname for Kalisto?
For what?
Kalisto, we always had
I don't know.
It's been a while. But
Not Rey Mysterio.
He injured himself, not someone else, twice in this match, apparently.
Wait, what?
By landing the spots wrong. Like, he tweaked his knee early on, and then he re-injured it again by another...
Oh.
When you get a chance, just YouTube Kalisto watches Survivor Series. I'm sure you'll see the...
Oh,
you can
there's
see the
probably
footage.
thousands of them.
Oh, yeah. And it's all how he landed on his knee, his lip. So it's just like, really?
Of course.
But, yeah, so SmackDown got the victory here. This match was 22 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's actually not bad for a very large, having that many people in a match.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like a 10-minute matchup, and this eliminations left and right. But no, so that was cool.
Cool.
It was the second longest match of the night.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was the second longest match of the night.
Oh, that is so sad.
Which is funny. I mean, it's good, and I'm glad because it gave tag teams time to shine for people who watch the pre-show.
Well, yes, but the fact that the second longest
anything.
match of the night was on the pre-show.
I know. Okay, so the next match up was the women's multi-team match,
Okay.
where we had Team Raw, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Bayley, and Sasha, who replaced Natalya and Ruby Riott because of a brawl backstage on the pre-show.
Okay, I don't know about you, but have you ever heard of people getting replaced on a team because they got into a brawl in the back?
No, not unless they were doing an injury angle, which they didn't.
Right. So they should have still been forced to go out there, which should have screwed over the team.
But so, and then they defeated SmackDown, obviously, because
Of course.
we've already said it.
Of course.
And I was correct on the mystery opponent, Mandy Rose, being the to be determined.
Good for you.
Good to be determined. You are being booked everywhere this
I know.
fall.
I
Good for
know.
you guys.
Getting a push right up the ladder.
And the ironic thing is, she and Sonya Deville actually have a storyline going on.
Oh, that's cool.
And she actually eliminated people in the show, stole one from Sonya Deville
Okay.
before getting eliminated. I thought it would have been great if she got put added to the match and then won it for the team.
That would have been better.
Yes, but they lost with Nia Jax, the face breaker, as they were referring to her.
The what?
Yeah, they were referring to her as the face breaker.
The face breaker now. I'm sorry. So is she gonna
There's
start
one
getting
thing
booked like the Big Show?
Oh, I don't know if it was, I think it was Raw, not Survivor Series. Yeah, I think it was Raw, where Ronda was going up to the ramp and Nia was out with Tamina, and they looked at each other, and Nia made a fist, and I'm like blue one. It's like, team.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the one person you don't do that to, because Ronda could literally break your face.
Yeah, she could.
But
if you book her that way, though, that she has like a great right hook, you could book her for a long time that way.
I don't want them to, because
And then every couple of
Nia's
weeks, just
injury-
change it from being heel to face, and then back to heel, and then back to face.
no, because Nia has just injured so many people.
And
That
then,
would be the worst thing you could do for her.
and then,
You know she
change her
actually
intro
injured
music to
Charlotte?
"It's the Nia." It's the Nia Jax.
You know she actually injured Charlotte
Oh, jeez.
in one match 2 different times, failing to catch her,
Oh,
which
yeah.
almost broke her face.
I remember that one.
Moved up to the outside, and then went to do a shoulder breaker, and spiked her head into her knee. Her knee.
I know. She really does need to go back to the performance center and train some more, and then come back up.
Yeah. Yeah. But so I was surprised that Nia is the one they get the victory here. No. Whatever.
Which means that we both got that wrong.
Yep. Next match on the card, which by the way, the women's match went 18 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay, still, that's not bad.
No, it actually went longer than Ronda Rousey and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Ironically. The next match was Seth Rollins defeating Shinsuke Nakamura in a 21-minute and 50-second match.
Okay.
I've heard some people saying this was Nakamura's best match since Sami Zayn. I've also heard people saying this was a terrible match. They never went beyond a basic match. They could have, but they didn't. So I'm so confused on the quality of the match because I've heard different things from people.
Wait, how long was the match again?
21:50.
Okay, I thought you said a minute 50. I was like, best match since coming in, and it was only a minute 50? What the heck is this? And he lost?
I know. No Seth Rollins showed up. No Ambrose showed up.
Okay.
So, which people were predicting. Nakamura needed the win here.
He did.
So, again, Vince doesn't care about SmackDown, and he doesn't care about Shinsuke.
So Shinsuke, you should go find this all elite wrestling. Check them out.
Oh yeah.
I've heard good things.
Which again is one of the reasons why I don't think we've had many call-ups from NXT is because Triple H is getting sick and tired of seeing people he spent lots of time investing in NXT get called up and nothing happens.
Or they just kind of get lost in the... Like, it's better to get lost in the shuffle than buried at this point.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I'm talking like the big names like Bobby Roode,
Yeah.
Shinsuke, Finn.
All of these guys have just been lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Like, if they had been actively buried, I think it would have worked better for them.
Oh, yeah. At least they're doing something.
Exactly.
But they're just lost in the shuffle. And everything that they've done to elevate the U.S. Championship is now falling.
Yeah.
Because they put out Nakamura because it's not doing anything with Nakamura. It's just... whatever.
Oh, well.
So the next match after that was AOP defeating the Bar.
Oh, yes. This was the match that
match.
Enzo got himself kicked out of the arena for cutting a promo from his floor seat. Like, okay.
Basically, he was doing his he was just doing his gimmick. What he used to do.
But he had enough money to buy a floor seat to be able to do this.
Yep.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
This is also a match where... Hold on. Drake Maverick.
Wait, what? What about Drake?
His pants. He pissed his pants in this match.
Oh, do you blame him?
No. You know what the funny thing is? I just saw a thing that on Wrestle Talk, Big Show kept seeing Drake Maverick talk like shit about him on Twitter to hype the match, and he didn't know who he was.
He's like, who is this person?
Where he thought he actually had to call the office and saying like, who is this guy? There's just someone in the back that I need to have a talk to. And they're like, oh, no. He's doing this to hype up the match for Survivor Series.
He's like, no, seriously, who is this guy?
So we can officially add him to the list along with Jerry Lawler, who works for the company but does not actually watch the show.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because
He's like, really sorry about this.
I'm glad AOP got the victory here because they needed it. Only for them to get defeated easily on Raw and lose any momentum.
Well, 50-50 booking. You know how this works.
I mean, I'm fine with it because they're pushing Gabriel and Rude in the feud.
Yeah.
But a roll-up after this and you just put the belts on them? No. Do it a different way.
I know.
But, okay, whatever. Next matchup. It was not a Raw versus SmackDown matchup. It was the Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy, defeating Mustafa Ali in a 12-minute and 20-second match. Not bad.
Yeah, no, I did hear that this was kind of just a barn burner of a match. Like, once it took off, it was gone.
Yeah, which is great because I remember Buddy Murphy. He was great in NXT as a tag champion.
Mm-hmm.
But then once they kind of, that team, he was with Alexa Bliss as the manager.
Okay.
And then once she got called up, they just kind of, you didn't really see them for a while. So he's actually doing something again and getting pushed because he's a great talent.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to find something. Yes, he is currently engaged to our Alexa Bliss.
Oh, congratulations, buddy. I mean, I hope nothing happens for you. Don't fall into a wood chipper and I'd have to marry Alexa Bliss and just to be able to console her.
They've been engaged for a while.
Oh, okay.
I knew she was dating one of the two from the tag team. I just couldn't remember which one. He is the one that they're engaged to.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's engaged to. So that's good for them. Buddy, I will have to murder you because that's my Lexi.
But yeah, Murphy did defend his title and was successful in the match. Which means that...
And I'm just happy to say that we actually have the Cruiserweight Championship on the main card.
Yeah.
If you want to get these guys over and actually use them in some capacity, as a separate touring brand at some point, this is how you have to do it. You have to give them time. A little more time would have if you made it, even if it was like another minute and a half, or even just another minute, you could. It helps that. But this is how you get them. You get a barn burner on the main card, an important pay-per-view. You're gonna do it.
All right, what's next?
All right, so the next matchup is the tag match of Raw versus SmackDown, where Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley defeated the team of SmackDown: Shane, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
This did not go over well with fans because Samoa Joe was pretty much eliminated right off the bat.
Yep.
But he could still be plagued with his injury, so maybe that's why they're protecting him. If that's the case, I'd rather have that happen, have him be on the show, at least give him some offense before eliminating next time, but protect him so he can heal.
Yeah.
Versus having an all-out match. But and it went down with Shane being the last elimination again. And we specifically said this on our predictions. We did not want to see that happen.
Well, no, but he is the best wrestler in the world, so...
But we actually talked about this before we recorded, about how you said it's happening too quickly. He needs to be buying into his own hype.
At the same time, he did luck into winning or getting into that tournament. Then he lucked into being the last eliminated.
Yep. But he can. It basically is showing that they're buying his own hype eventually, because the rumor is to turn him heel. Still, they did nothing on SmackDown to push that.
Yep.
The other rumor is they're also pushing have The Miz become a babyface along the same timeline.
Okay.
Because one of the rumors for WrestleMania is to have these two face off at WrestleMania.
All right.
I don't want that.
No.
We've already said what we want for that.
Yeah.
We want Daniel Bryan dropping the belt to Miz at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That would be a better storyline. But, so, and then of course, there was 3 men left on the team for Raw, just to show how much more dominance they are.
Well, of course, because Raw is the A brand.
Yep. This match was the longest match of the night, of 24 minutes even.
Oh, that is so sad. Well, no, it also does make sense because you have the Brock and Daniel Bryan and Ronda and Flair coming up.
Yeah, but they had shorter matches.
Yeah. Well, you know, Brock never has a 20-minute match. He's got a 5-minute match in him at best.
You sure about that?
Shh.
Next matchup was Ronda defeating Charlotte via disqualification. We're going to skip this match quickly because I have a lot to say about that.
Okay.
So I want to skip to Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, and then come back to that match.
Okay.
So Brock Lesnar defeated Daniel Bryan, where he dominated the first 10 minutes of the 18-minute and 50-second match.
Told you, he didn't have a 20-minute match in him.
I mean, we had a long match.
You know,
I think so.
it was a fluke. Daniel Bryan carried him for most of it.
Well,
literally.
Half of it, more than half of it, was Daniel Bryan getting beaten up.
That was him carrying.
I know. Well, the funny thing is, the idea was, people were actually thinking they were getting the Cena match from SummerSlam several years ago. Because originally, that was scheduled for Bryan.
Oh, yeah.
Before he got concussed. So
where Cena just got squashed by Brock.
Yeah. So people were thinking we were getting that match. But then he came back and got some offense off. Had Brock in the yes lock, apparently. Selling it.
Oh, my God. Okay, so I think I figured out that Brock Lesnar likes to sell for technical wrestlers.
Well, that's not a surprise.
He's like, I really appreciate that.
Angle loved each other.
Exactly.
What was that? Yeah. Oh, so just a note. Brock went longer this year than he did with AJ last year.
Wow.
AJ and Brock had a 15-minute and 25-minute match.
Huh.
So.
Huh. But yeah, we both got Brock correct.
But I will say this, I do like the fact that what they do with this, because Bryan sold a brilliant promo on SmackDown to explain what happened in this match. He said he allowed himself to get beaten up by Brock because he wanted Brock to kill the old Daniel Bryan, and he's now the new Daniel Bryan.
Well, congratulations, new Daniel Bryan.
Going so far as to making the ring announcer call him the new Daniel Bryan.
Hey, whatever works, man. When you have to come out of the fog and you're better because of it, you know, you got to be called something.
No, so I like that. It was good, great, longer match for Brock. Won't see that in Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's Braun Strowman. But let's move back to the Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair match. Really quickly before we move on to the better show, because that's where I want to spend most of our time.
Yes.
How much time do you have?
We have a half hour.
Okay, because I have not the time showing on my GarageBand. Mine is like, I think it's like, I don't even know how to. It's just different. It's not telling me the time. It's telling me something else.
I know how to fix that. Don't worry.
That's sort of why I just haven't decided to go in and switch.
Okay.
But no. So apparently this match was really good.
Yes.
Um, and then Charlotte snapped, as everyone's called it, turned heel, and beat the living shit out of Ronda Rousey.
Oh, it just became a brawl, and Ronda was just hitting her with everything. I mean, Flair was hitting Ronda with everything.
Kendo sticks, chairs, busting her mouth open, I guess.
Yeah,
at one point.
that was probably a little bit of a mistake.
Yes, I do think so too. But it sold. It worked though.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is what the fans wanted. The fans were cheering to it. We get to SmackDown to find out this was not a heel turn. This was her saying she did it for SmackDown. She did it for the every woman in the back.
You lost
and
the
more
match.
Importantly, she did. I know. She did it for the champ who told her to go out there and give Ronda the beating that she would have. Which, if I had to be honest, it would.
Yes.
That would be the beating that Becky would do. But it completely undermined what they needed to do with Charlotte. And a lot of people were wondering how this reaction was going to go over with the people in the back, because, especially when they thought it was going to be a heel turn and the fans cheering on Charlotte, is they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
About if the fans cheer or boo, because they just care about getting the reaction now, because it means the fans buy into that they just saw something important.
Yeah, but you have to continue the momentum.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with that to a point, because it means if you're going to do the right way, you do it. If the fans are cheering because it got over, and you're willing to adapt, but you also taking into account who the fans are there.
Right.
More indie fans who are going to cheer more of a person who's been earning their stake versus Ronda in that match. But if it was like Becky Lynch and Charlotte would have gotten booed.
Right.
So you could pivot that. But they now are saying that it got Charlotte over, so are they just going to now say, oh no, we're going to use Charlotte now going forward because she's over with the fans?
No.
And everyone is saying Charlotte's over the fans now. Even on Wrestle Talk. And I was like, I actually posted I don't post on YouTube comments that much.
I'm sorry, what?
Like for wrestling. Specifically for wrestling. I don't really comment.
Okay.
For writing stuff I do, but I'm like, it's been 2 days. Can we please wait a week or two to see how normal fans are going to react to this? Because you're still on the Staples Center.
Yeah.
The people who were there at Survivor Series are the ones still at the show. Of course they're going to be cheering and all that at SmackDown. Let's give it a month to see if the fans are still going to buy into this.
Right.
And here's the thing. I don't buy into it because it's basically they're just giving Becky shit to Charlotte to do. And Charlotte's not making it her own.
No.
So, no, it's not going to work over, especially when Becky comes back. The fans are going to go right back to her.
Of course.
So it's just like, it just pissed me off that so many people are saying, oh, it worked, Charlotte's over the fans now. No, she's not.
No.
We'll see how it works out in a few weeks. We'll see how, if they had the tease confrontation that they've been talking about at TLC, what will happen, how it goes over.
Yeah, who knows?
TLC is not going to have the hot crowd that Survivor Series had. You will still have some hardcore fans in there at that show, but the people who were cheering for Charlotte, those are the NXT people.
Yeah.
You're going to not get as many people there at TLC because there was no NXT card the night before.
True.
All right, so that's all I had to say. You have anything to say about that?
Nothing to say about that show.
Okay, so let's move on to the better show.
Okay. NXT Wargames 2. Oh, this was. I only watched 3 matches on this card, and I was still completely blown away.
Oh yeah, I love how we had the deciding card, the deciding match that was supposed to be taped for NXT.
Yeah.
Turned out to be on the show. And they did it brilliantly to give Matt Riddle his NXT TakeOver debut by calling out Cassius Ohno because Cassius Ohno got his face in the back during the pre-show. Right. Got a match, bell rings, knee to the face, knocks Ohno out, pins him in like 7 seconds.
Perfect. It shows Matt Riddle is a threat. At the same time, Ohno can then turn around and go, hey, no, I wasn't ready, okay? Like,
yeah,
I wasn't set up yet, man.
And it actually is official. It's on Wikipedia, 7 seconds.
See? He was not ready. I don't know about you, but it takes, even if they ring the bell, it takes me about a half hour to 45 minutes to be completely ready to get into my wrestling matches.
Of course.
And at that point, by the time I'm really into it, we're about to do the first move. Sadly, the 60-minute time limit has already hit. So I'm just like, well, it's a draw. I've never won nor lost a match in my life.
You're all draws?
Yes, everything's a draw.
Okay, so the official first match that was originally supposed to open the show was Shayna Baszler defeating Kairi Sane in a 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Women's Championship match.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I do believe this is the first 2 out of 3 falls in NXT.
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong, but we do know for a fact it is the first for the NXT Women's Championship.
Okay.
This match was 10 minutes and 55 seconds, which when I saw this the other day, I was blown away because it felt like a 15-minute match.
Oh, wow.
Because it was amazing.
Yeah, this is the other match that I did not get to see.
And you have to watch it when you get a chance because Kairi Sane comes out, starts the match in a flurry.
Ooh.
Like, you think she's taking the first fall. She's getting it.
Okay.
And then Shayna Baszler's cronies, Marina Shafari, I can remember, and crap, I cannot think of the other one, came out just when the ref was distracted, head hit like the edge of the apron, came in, choked her out for the first decision because she taps out, the Kairi Sane's tapped out to Shayna Baszler. Kairi comes back after getting beaten down a little bit to hit the insane elbow for the pinfall. And then as she's rearing up again to possibly get another victory, they try to get involved only for Dakota Kai, who's had issues with Shayna Baszler, run out.
Okay.
Start beating up on there. And then they double team her. Then Io Shirai comes out, which I was hoping for.
Oh, that's awesome.
And does a beautiful moonsault off the top rope to the outside onto all 3. Oh my God.
I've got to go
Dude,
check this one out now.
Yeah, you definitely. Io Shirai, they call her, I can't remember, the aeronomic ninja or something like that.
Okay.
Like, basically, think of it this way. You know how the tagline for Neville was the man gravity forgot?
Yes.
You could use the same tagline for her.
Ooh.
When she starts going through the air, she's just seamless.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she did it in street clothes, by the way.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm really impressed.
And then what led to the matchup is Kairi Sane then came in, another insane elbow right after this, but Shayna was able to roll her up for a pinfall. There's a spot you can see where her shoulder, Sane's shoulder, comes up in time for the 3 count, but you don't see the ref. The ref's on this other side. So it makes sense. People say if it was a quick kick out, the ref can argue. There's good evidence to say that the ref didn't see.
Yeah.
And I actually think they teased that backstage on an interview on WWE.com saying, or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But if they want to progress this feud for longer, they have the option to do it. I hope they don't do a one-on-one match. I'd rather see the 3-on-3. Because I really want to see Dakota Kai be the one who takes the belt off of Shayna Baszler.
Oh, a six-pack challenge.
Oh no, just do a six-man woman tag at Royal Rumble Takeover, and then at WrestleMania Takeover, it's Dakota Kai getting a title shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works as well.
That's what I would prefer. But that's just me. The next match on the card was, in my personal opinion, the match of the night.
Okay.
Is Aleister Black defeating Johnny Gargano.
This was a beautiful match.
And maybe the reason why I think this match is the best match of the night is because the story woven in it is so well done that I was more captivated by this match versus Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream, which a lot of people are saying is the match of the night.
I'm saying that was match of the night.
And it is. It's a good contender, but to me, Aleister Black and Johnny, this match was just holy crap. It did which Johnny Gargano matches do all the time lately. Who's gonna fucking walk away as the winner?
Exactly.
I picked Aleister Black. I figured he was gonna be the one walking away with this. But there were times where I thought for a fact that, maybe this is where they're gonna throw us for a loop.
I was so wrapped up in the story of the match that by the end of it, I was super happy that Black won, but at the same time, I was more happy that was the ending that they went with. Because there were moments that up to that point, they're like, this we're rolling into the ending here. All right. Oh, they're going with Johnny. All right, that's an awesome. Wait, no, they're not going with Johnny. Okay, well, and I like the fact that this was a moment that he was trying to prove that Black was the fraud. Like, that was the story going into this. And you see about halfway through, he's not able to do that.
Yep.
Like, Black is on his level, if not a little better.
I love the fact that he actually told Aleister to finish it and to pull him up with his foot.
Yeah.
And he countered it. Then he tries to do that with a super kick.
Yep.
And then after he hits the Black Mass on Johnny, he holds him up again to hit another one to finish the match.
That was awesome.
So, this is where I want to see Johnny to start to question himself on his motives.
Mm-hmm.
But Triple H has said it on the post show on Facebook. He doesn't think Johnny Gargano has hit ground zero yet.
Oh, that's even better.
So, which I actually think it works out better because you can have one more match at Royal Rumble Takeover where he loses again and finally hits ground zero, and he actually says, "I'm not the one to do it." Then he somehow gets put into the spot because no one else can do it.
Yes.
To take the belt off Tommaso at WrestleMania Takeover. But to me, this was the match of the night. Though Tommaso Ciampa next matchup,
yes,
was a very close contender in my mind.
I mean, it was a beautiful love story between a champion and Goldie.
Yes. And then the challenger.
And I mean, Velveteen Dream was there too.
Yes. The reason why I think this match was not as good, the match of the night,
Sorry.
is because I knew Tommaso Ciampa was walking out.
Yes, but still, it was such a beautifully put together match.
Oh yes, it is. But again, I questioned the outcome of Aleister Black and Gargano. I never questioned this.
Okay. Yeah, no, it did feel like this was the vehicle. The match was going to be the vehicle to get Velveteen Dream to be taken seriously as a champion contender.
Yep.
But this wasn't
yeah,
where
it's just
he was going to win.
No. And I never, going into the match beforehand, I never thought that
No,
either.
no.
So, but it was still a brilliantly put together match.
Yes.
But again, to me, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano was the match of the night. I know I'm in the minority here, but that's okay.
For me, I
I'm
feel that
right.
the technical side of Ciampa versus Dream was at a higher caliber than Gargano and Black. Gargano and Black, though, told a much better story than Dream and Ciampa. Like, it really is. These two matches are every weakness that one has, the other one makes it a strength.
Yeah.
So it's one of those that, like, you can argue both of them. Personally, this was a moment where it's just like, okay, Triple H is going to flip a coin at the end of the night and go, all right, heads have the bonus for the match of the night.
Yeah. But yes, it was definitely good. And I love the fact that Ciampa lost his boot for like the last quarter of the match.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Like at one point, I was like, "Wait, where's his boot?" Like it just fell off.
Oh, so time-wise, Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black had 18 minutes and 10-minute match, and the championship match was 22 minutes and 25 seconds.
I'm gonna be honest. Both of those felt like they were much longer because of how much happened in them.
Yeah. Oh, how beautiful was it that Velveteen Dream did his rolling Death Valley Driver on the concrete?
Yes.
That's a dangerous spot, but he hit it perfectly. I watched the replay. I'm like, holy crap! He's still up.
Yeah.
At like shoulder level when he's rolling before they physically just fall. I'm like, that's gotta be hard to time. But yeah,
it's crazy.
So that was a great spot.
It's crazy.
Then we have our final match, the main event, War Games, where we had Pete Dunne, Ricochet, War Raiders defeating the Undisputed Era in a 47-minute and 10-second match.
I mean, you also have to remember that. That's not from bell to bell. That's from when the first two guys got in the ring.
Yeah.
Which is still that's like 20 minutes of that was the match the match wasn't really happening yet. Quote unquote.
The official match happened.
Oh.
So, can I just say?
Yes.
I just gotta say one thing about that. I find that as something like an absolutely 80s thing. Oh, the match is going on, but the match hasn't officially started yet.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I love it. The entire concept of this match is weird and crazy. And it's pure chaos right up until the end. It's just, it's watching a very slow train wreck that just continuously builds up speed, though. You're like, that's starting off really slow. That's going to go off the rails. Why is it speeding up? Why is it still speeding up? Where's the engine? Is it?
You know what the funny thing is?
What?
I love the little story that they told how Pete Dunne was ready to be the next person out, and the War Raiders kept shoving him back.
Yes.
He's like, come on! And then when Bobby Fish comes in, he steals the lock, double locks it so he can't come in, then tosses the key.
Yep.
And walks in, brings in the chairs, or the candlesticks. I can't remember.
Oh, he brought in like everything.
I think it was the candlesticks. No, because Pete Dunne brought in everything.
Well, yeah, but like Dunne brought in the cans and the kendo sticks.
Tables.
And tables. No,
as
no.
well. Okay, so there was the
No, that was Fish.
Fish did not bring the tables in.
Because at that point, it was the Undisputed Era were completely in control.
Yeah, no, Fish did not bring the tables in because if you watch it,
Oh no, it's the War Raiders that were
kept
taking
pulling-
that were setting the tables in places.
Yeah. So, but no, I think it was the candlesticks that Undisputed Era brought in,
Yep.
and then cans and chairs and tables were brought in by Pete Dunne. Okay, here's one question for the refs who are managing the shark cage. You just saw someone double lock. Yeah. Throw the key into the fans. And when the time was to come to let him out, they're like, I don't have a key. Well, the key got lost. Why didn't you go get the damn bolt cutters before
And then have it ready to go.
Because you know. I get it because it's a build up anticipation to get him into the match, but at the same time, it just shows how dumb refs can be in wrestling.
I know. But okay, I also have to say that was actually a terrible idea from Undisputed Era, because the match doesn't officially start until Dunne gets in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
So having him permanently locked in there means that you can't win the match.
But here's the thing: what you can do though, you can then go it down, bring the weapons in, beat down everybody else, and then leave the cage because you can't win or lose until the match is officially started. Exactly. Cut the ball, get bolt cutters, cut out, just double team Dunne up there, bring him down, beat him up, and then bring him into the match. The match starts, you pin him, match over.
Yep.
But I know what you mean. They didn't actually tease that.
No.
Which they should have. But
okay. This match
was
amazing.
Okay. One thing I noticed, and I felt bad for.
Okay.
The cameraman who's in between the two rings.
Oh God, yeah.
You're gonna see him squatting down there when they go to on the hard cam.
He's just squatted down. That was it.
He didn't move, and he just kept there. And credit to the wrestlers because they were right on him at times. But he's just like, I'm just like,
it's just me and the camera right here. Do not engage the cameraman.
I'm pissing my pants.
But yeah, there were a couple of times where you saw him shake from like someone hitting the ring post next to him.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
he's like,
especially with the War Raiders being thrown into the corners.
Oh yeah. And then at the end of the match, when they all were on individual sides of the ring, each ring, they all stood up. They moved to the center. The cameraman got that perfectly lined up to show everyone. They all come in and they just start going down on each other.
He's like, just don't hit me.
I was just like, dude, don't move.
Yeah.
You move, you're getting hit. I'm pretty sure that was the spot. Like someone was probably in that cameraman's ear saying, "This is coming up. Don't move."
Oh no, he probably if you notice, he never moves from that spot.
Once he gets in there, because he's actually in the one that he actually at one point is in the far ring on the right before he for the first part of the match.
Yeah, once the War Raiders and
the
other tag team. Yeah, once they were fully in, once it was like 3-on-3 in the ring, that was about the point that he just stayed in that hard cam side.
Yeah, once he got into the middle, he never left, which is good because that's the shot. Every time we went to that shot, I'm like, I love that shot because the stuff they're doing in that small space is great. It's important to the match, and it's just he's down low, looking either straight and sometimes up, just a slight not enough. You're just like, great shot.
Yeah. Ricochet's.
I knew I should have picked the baby faces to win this. I knew it because the story going into it, everything. But for some, I don't remember why I changed my mind frame and picked Undisputed Era.
You just felt like they were going to walk out of there as the champs anyway.
See, here's the thing. I think maybe the reason why was just because if any big twist was going to happen at Takeover, it was going to be in this match. Right. But it's the one match I got wrong. If I went with my the gut and what I knew with the storyline, I would have gone 5 for 5, and I would be up by 3 wins.
Yeah, no, but you didn't, and we both went 4-1 on the show.
Yes, we did.
Well, yeah, that's Tim. That's our show.
And what was the match? And what was the match that you got wrong? Oh, that's right. It was the match you haven't seen yet.
No, it's the match I haven't seen yet. Okay, whatever, man. I was playing video games and I lost track of time.
I actually didn't watch Wargames until Sunday.
I was watching it live.
I didn't. I can't. I don't have the network.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So, and I stayed away from I stayed away from Wrestling Inc. If I was on YouTube, I would if I saw anything for wrestling, I avoided it
like the plague.
Like the plague. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I saw nothing before going. And I did see the Riddle thing, but I didn't realize it was as they were announcing it. It was actually as it was on the show. I thought they were showing stuff from pre-tape stuff. They were just from the pre-show.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
All right.
So, but even that, it didn't ruin it for me.
True.
It's a 7-second match.
Anyway, Tim, I want to give big thanks for doing the show again with me this week. Even though I'm a complete and utter loser, and the world is still confused about how you spend any time with me.
You're just happy that I'm down here and not in the room anymore.
That's very true. Yes, totally true. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comments what you thought of Survivor Series and Takeover. Your thoughts on the matches. Which brand and show was the better show? NXT Takeover.
Yes.
Adam, I'm not going to do match to match, but if you had to give a star rating to each show, what would that star rating be?
NXT was a good hard 4 3/4.
What was that?
NXT was 4 3/4.
Okay. And Survivor Series?
I'm gonna be really nice and give it a 3.
Wow, you are nice. I'm gonna give Survivor Series a lot higher than I should, but 2.
Okay.
I want to give it a 1, but I can't. It wasn't terrible. I just disagree with the overall Raw, clean sweeping SmackDown.
Wasn't a clean sweep.
I know, but pre-show doesn't count.
6-1.
Props to New Day for pointing that out on a T-shirt at SmackDown, by the way. And then Takeover. I'm gonna give this a 4.75.
So 4 3/4.
Yes. Because it was a great show.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It was wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have the time for today. Like we always say, comment down below. Oh, by the way, Adam, you said you wanted to talk about say something on air about a comment.
What?
About McIntyre?
Oh, yeah, I ran into a comment on a YouTube video of someone saying that the only reason that anyone likes Drew McIntyre is that he's a indie darling. I really, really wanted to point out to this kid that McIntyre had been on the main roster before and had been anointed as the second coming by Vince McMahon.
Yep.
And then didn't work out very well due to a combo of weird things going on. Rebuilt himself, and came back to the company, literally as a second coming. Like, he's
Yes.
not truly an indie darling.
So
He's a WWE
he's an
original.
indie darling, but he was in WWE before
Right.
he became an indie darling. So whoever this guy is, you need to do your research before you make stupid comments like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to give us a go over down there and give us a thumbs up on your way down to make a comment. While you're there, be sure you hit the subscribe button.
Ding.
And ring the
Ding,
bell.
ding.
And what's our stupid tagline?
You know, like that wrestling show, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
Oh,
And it's all slow and drawn out like that. It's always like that wrestling show, man.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have for you today.
And like that wrestling show, man.
Really? That's just... No, yeah, I'm done.